Well, Kelly and I are back to look at someone else's arcade one-up woes or concerns for the future of arcade one-up. There was an article with an interview with Arcade One-Up talking about their licensing possibilities for the future. And of course, the photos were of the same machines and equipment that we've seen over and over again. It does sound like they're shifting their focus a little bit to claw machines, as well as, of course, their Infinity game table, which is, I would argue, really been the focus of the past few years for them, much more so over actual arcade cabinets, because their arcade cabinets have mostly just been repackaged versions of stuff we've already seen. In fact, the claw machine is really the first standalone unit that isn't a repackage of something in a few years.
Yeah, yeah, they are claw machine centric. And so there was this article and and so we came across it, or Mike came across it initially. Um or maybe I did. I can't remember. Life
No,
is
you came across this one.
I came across this one. And Mike usually comes across with this stuff, though. Spoiler alert. But the gentleman reviewing it, he's got a channel approximately our size. But he's got a big problem with shills. People who are kind of shilling for Arcade Up and defending him. He's like, I don't like them, and I don't like when they talk. And I talk about some stuff first. So as Kengret will include a link to the video. It's a good video, but his passion around that, I want, I'm going to do this, and just because I do it and got to it first, they probably won't talk about it now and all that. So we're going to talk about it because we're shills. And so I guess we're shills. I don't know if we're shills or not, but we're not going to do a whole lot of Arcade One Up defending though. So maybe we're not shills for Arcade One Up. But it made some great points. Good. It's just cool to watch somebody who's got a lot of passion about stuff. But he so wanted to give his video a shout out for sure and a link. So check it out. It's good stuff. Tell him Bog Panda sent you. And Bog Panda the shills sent you. But it was he's going through kind of pointing out they're making their first appearance at License Expo or whatever it's called, where uh, a mama brand and a papa brand get together and try and make a profitable baby brand of some sort and just kind of connect things up different ways. And he even brought up kind of the expo map of where it is and where these, like, Hasbro's got, something the size of Greenland, future state. Greenland's out there, uh, and then Arcade was up, like way up in the corner in a tiny little booth next to like a salt and pepper shaker thing or something. I don't know. It was they were not on the mainstream there, but they're showing up, and it does appear like Mike mentioned that maybe the strategy here is, hey, we're gonna get into licensing, which is really kind of what they've always been involved with. It was just getting things licensed and then putting them on home arcade, 3/4 size home arcade systems. And but then they kind of stopped doing that. Got all claw machine focused. So as an owner of how many Arcade One Up uh, devices do you have?
Three. I have three arcade one-up cabinets.
Not the claw yet, right?
No, not the claw yet. I have three arcade one-up cabinets. Mortal Kombat, the Anniversary Edition, the cockpit version of Star Wars, and the four-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Videos on all of those, folks. Please like and subscribe and check out that and catch little shots of Mike's home arcade that he's building in his former doctor's office and
Current doctor's office.
former doctor's office. And it's a
Current
pretty
doctor's
cool
office.
setup. You will notice if you see any shots of it, you'll know what's missing. There's no old timey photo booth. I've told him repeatedly he needs to do. Maybe that's what Arcade One Up needs to do, is to come up with an old timey photo booth.
I would definitely buy that. If they had an old time photo booth kit where you got their photo booth printer wall thing, and then just some like old fashioned like hats and plastic guns and stuff, I would buy that in a second.
Yeah. I tell you, I mean, it's no claw machine, but
It's true. It's true.
maybe you could put the claw machine in the old timey photo booth. It'd be, here's a cowboy. Look at the playing the claw machine. Here's a knight playing the claw machine.
Claw machines are so popular back in the old West.
Medieval claw machine, yeah. Prehistoric claw machine. So yeah, that'd be a good thing. So it is interesting. I mean, yeah, the infinity, but even the infinity table, that's a couple years old, and there's not really
Yeah.
been a lot of revs on that. I've been kind of interested in that. I think it'd be good, but it's just priced. It's basically at Games Legends price. You're really not going to do that, and it's just I'm not sure. And we've talked in the past, done a show on that. Again, like and subscribe, check that out. Video on that as well. Questions like, yeah, it's pretty great, but if it's a table, how do you get power to it? Lots of liability there, people tripping. So uh, I know, but the infinity table does look pretty cool. I can't bring myself it'd be cheaper for me to buy a really big flat screen TV and jury rig that thing up to be touchscreen.
Yeah.
But that's just me, I guess.
No, and you know me, I like to stay on the cutting edge of technology. I mean, just look at my Commodore 64.
There you go.
So I stay on the cutting edge of things. But yeah, it's just price point wise, the Infinity table doesn't make sense yet to me to do something like that. It's a cool idea though. I really like it. Just doesn't make sense to bring in here. And because Arcade One Up has been slacking on new products, that's why I have five arcade cabinets now, and only three of them Arcade One Up. So I also have the Et games, and I have the not portable bar top. But there's going to be a future issue on the bar top, or a future episode on the bar top, because I had a problem with it, and where I'm dealing with the customer service with them now. So I'll do a whole follow because I've talked about customer service with Arcade One Up and customer service experience with that game. So it's only fair that I break down my customer service experience with Evergate now. So I'll let you guys know what happens. It's still ongoing. So I'll let you guys know what happens.
Yeah. And Kevgrat, if you're watching this show, we are kind of Evergrade shells, Evergate shells, because we
Yes.
we have been in the past. Sounds like we might be one bad customer experience away, service experience away from being a little less shell-like, but we'll see. We'll see how it
We'll
all.
see. It's not done yet. So we'll see.
Yep. I still, I mean, I think it's just the benefit of being a saintly man and good living that my one major customer experience with that games, which was a severe failure in terms of what was going on with my Legends in the last week of its 15-minute warranty. That was just right up against it. Got turned around quick, and I was up and running within a week. It was great. Got the part, didn't have to send anything back. It was all good stuff. So um, I got lucky on that. But so we shared, as Mike mentioned, several other customer experiences there, so you can check those off. Yet another purpose for your recent subscription to the Bog Panda YouTube channel.
And soon the update on my Evercade customer service experience.
It's gonna be good. Looking forward. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. It'll be entertaining to hear what your experience
Yeah.
was.
I don't know if it's not completed yet. So I haven't made up my mind if it's good or not yet.
Well, we will stay tuned, folks. And again, best way to stay tuned. I don't think I mentioned it. Subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. So, yeah, and I don't know what's going on with ad games. I mean, we used to do shows about the user appreciation day stuff and all the different things, and I think they're still doing them, but they're not. If they are, they're not promoting them as much. They got
Yeah,
hard
it's
into
stuff
pinball.
like that is still happening, but it's not the kind of like new product launches and deep discounts that it used to be. Every time they did something like that before, is a big to do about it, and it hasn't been the last couple ones.
And I think they've struggled a little bit with some of the upgrades on their kind of the Legends platform itself doing some things. There's been some problems. One of the big selling points on the ecosystem was they had this operating system that they were updating on a regular basis. They used to be like super friendly to adding things like coin ops to, so you could basically enjoy the licensed stuff from at games. You could also install coin ops and access some other things as well, all of which you'd purchase and you're playing just backup copies. But there was an option to play kind of broader stuff. But kind of each time through that different parts of that operating system kind of kept nicking at that, and to where now anything I've kind of seen on it, I've really kind of been out of the game for a while and doing much with it. But it appears now people say, roll your operating system back to the good old days around this version here, and you can still do all the cool coin op stuff and all that. I can stream Steam gaming to it, use the control deck on it, and that kind of stuff's still pretty cool. That's not really been um, shut down, but that's not using their ecosystem. They got an HDMI port, so I can get to the monitor. They got another port that I get to the control deck, and I just, configure Steam to run with that. So you can stream and do some things that way. But yeah, I mean, those are not working out. So the door's open for Evercade. They don't seem to understand the importance of having a bar top being portable, but outside of that, they're doing pretty good.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Too soon. But where that Commodore 64 would look good is an old timey photo booth. You had cowboy on it. So, but yeah, yeah, and let Mike know in the comments. Take him to task for not setting that up after I've repeatedly told him that he needs one of those. But may just have to go to Philadelphia at some point and build it for him.
Fair.
That's what I'll do. That's the kind of thing I'll do. All right, sir. Anything else?
No, that's it, sir.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Like and subscribe, by the way.
Bog Panda.